I'd like to show you. This is a Commodore Vanderbilt. I'm kind of trying to make it reminiscent of the Katy or the Kansas City Southern Railroad. That's why it's red, black, and yellow. And I've had a lot of fun trying to figure out how to put a motor with a smoke unit in this shell. If you look at the shell, let me show you what I've got here. The trick when you put this in is to have the smoke unit stack line up with the smoke exit point on the top of the engine. Because if you slip it in with the grooves that are mounted on the engine that go here on the platform, it's going to be way too far forward to line up. And the answer to that is that if you look at the side plate on the engine itself, it has the groove about, halfway up or something like that. That groove needs to be moved way up to the top, maybe within an eighth of an inch or a quarter inch of the top. It has to do that in order to lower the motor way down and move it way back. It has to be way down. You can't tell that now, but the pilot wheels are going to go here. And they will snag here on curves. They'll hit in here. So if you don't have the engine set back far enough, that's going to be an issue too. The pilot wheels mount right on this tab. Now for a headlight, this was a wind-up. This is the headlight I used. This was a Radio Shack type light. It has two separate tabs, one for ground and one for power. And it just screwed on right here in the front inside with a bulb right there. You can see the top of the bulb sticking up. I have not put the headlight bezel on yet, nor the trim that goes up here. That's still to be done. That's why I say it's a work in process. But the thing runs and it smokes. Now being a Marx, with a 2-position E unit, you run it on a layout like this. It's a big layout. It's bound at some point jump into reverse. Now this one here was a Canadian Pacific type. It's missing one of the markers on this side. I haven't been able to find a replacement yet. And I painted it in these colors because I'm thinking about labeling it as a Chesapeake and Ohio. And thinking about the Lionel Chessie Team Special, I thought this color scheme might look good, so that's why I'm trying this color scheme. Now back to this. You see this right here. It's an erector-set part. And you can see how it's mounted inside at an angle. This is the pivot point. I'm gonna have to do something to tighten it in that place, either drill a hole or JB weld it so it doesn't go up and down. It holds pretty tight right now, but I can move it by hand. You can see I use a lock nut, number 6 screws to do this. The other trick with this thing is that I mounted the mounting screws inside here going out that way, inside going out. And the problem with that is that these side rods don't have enough space, so I had to grind it out a little wider right here. So now it all works. It's not perfect, but it's close to perfect. I'm pretty happy with it. We'll see if it runs. Now for some reason, it appears that one of the wires on my lift-out bridge that operates this track here has come loose. So I can't run it right here. I have to run it here until I take that bridge out and fix that loose wire. It's happened before, but it doesn't happen very often. This layout's been up for quite a while. It's getting old. Get it back over here. Does run and smokes. Whoops. Shit. Without pilot wheels. Well, let me try running it slower. I don't know why it's lifting up like that. Does smoke good. I don't know why in reverse it's lifting up. That's a new one on me, but that's what it's doing. I guess the cure for that would be to have a train behind it. But I think you get the idea. Let me try it one more time. See, the smoke comes out good. Now this one, we'll see if it wants to run. This one's a single reduction. I've said before that that means it has one gear here. The double reduction has 2 gears, and the gear on the drive wheels is recessed, so it'll go through a Lionel switch. The single reduction, 1 gear, not recessed, it'll bounce on a Lionel switch. So they're running good, and I like the way the marker light, the red in the insert and all that stuff looks. And I'm pretty happy with the progress on this one so far. This one's a little bit behind still on working out the bugs. And I guess it's lifting up in the back because I moved the motor so far back that there's too much weight on the front without the pilot wheels that wants to do that. I normally run it with the pilot wheels on, but the reason they're off is I had trouble mounting this on here. And I finally put JB Weld on to hold it. The little tabs just weren't deep enough. Then I'll put the pilot wheel back on, and then I think that lifting up in the back problem may be solved. We'll see. At any rate, I hope all of you are still trying to save the job.